Hey everyone, so I'm actually recording this a little early, but I won't post it, till later. But anyways, so the topic of this week, let me find it, is anorexia nervosa is the most commonly known eating disorder, despite the fact that it is the rarest of eating disorders. Also, among eating disorder sufferers, anorexia is considered the most legit and most desirable eating disorder. What do you think about this, and why do you think that this is? For me personally, I think I had struggled with this thinking. I probably still find myself thinking that. I think the majority of eating disorder sufferers find anorexia to be the most desirable kind. It's because when you're engrossed in your eating disorder, no matter what kind of eating disorder it is, your mind kind of goes to weight and wanting to be thin and looking at society's picture of the ideal body or whatever. Your eating disorder may not have stemmed from that, but when you're engrossed in an eating disorder, you're kind of just focused on weight. It's just one of those things that develops into your head that everything's about weight and numbers and yada yada. So automatically, no matter what kind of eating disorder you have, you idolize those that have anorexia because you feel that they have the best means of losing weight. And another factor I think is also a lot of people that have eating disorders have issues with control. They don't feel like they have control, so they get an eating disorder, but then your eating disorder ends up controlling you, so you still don't have control. But that's a whole nother story. So I think people with eating disorders, especially those outside that don't have anorexia, idolize anorexia because they view it as you have strong self-control, strong-willed, strong everything, because you are not. You're depriving yourself of food, so you have that self-control to not eat the food and whatnot. Where that's obviously not the case. Your eating disorder is controlling you whether you have anorexia or not. It's not the actual person having the self-control to not eat. So yeah, I think those are the two main things of why people with eating disorders idolize anorexia so much. Is, for one, the control that they view that anorexia holds, and the weight issue. So those two together, I think that just kind of makes it the ideal eating disorder for people with eating disorders. Make sense? I don't know if I agree that it's the most known, at least nowadays. I think that it's tied between anorexia and bulimia. I know that a lot of people view eating disorders as you're stick thin. If you're stick thin, you have an eating disorder. If you're not stick thin, you don't have an eating disorder, that kind of thing. But I say this because I was hanging out with some people in college a few years ago. Because I'm not in college anymore. But, another story. I know I say that a lot, but everything is like a whole nother story. Now, I didn't know these people. One of them I had met like the day before, and the rest of them I had just met. And they were going through my wallet. Yeah, they just helped themselves. And they were looking at my driver's license and my bank card, which had a picture of me too. And all of a sudden I just burst out saying, "So what, are you bulimic?" And I'm like, what? Where did that come from? I mean, automatically I just denied it all. And like I said, they did not know me. They did not know that I had an eating disorder or anything. So I was a bit confused, and then they started explaining, obviously you do because you've lost a lot of weight. So, yeah, that's why I say that I think mainstream people see eating disorders and anorexia and bulimia. They believe that I was getting rid of my food, which is partly true, but yeah, you don't say that to strangers. Needless to say, I was a bit embarrassed, and yeah, but yeah, anyway. So I think it's slowly getting more mainstream of the other eating disorders, especially in the sense of bulimia. The other ones, obviously, they aren't as well known, especially binge eating, yeah, and eating disorders not otherwise specified, which I hate that term. I think I've mentioned that before, but yeah. So anyways, I think I covered that one. Yes, on to the question of the week, and that is, sorry, I'm reading. Do you have any pets? If so, tell us about them, and if not, why not? I do have pets. Not as many as I'd like, but I'm married, so I kind of have to compromise. We have 2 dogs and 2 cats. Our first animal that we got was Wednesday, which is my cat, which I think you've seen in some of my videos of her walking across. She just kind of owns the house pretty much. We got her from the pound shortly after we had just adopted a Siamese cat, but she ended up dying a month or so after we got her from feline leukemia or something like that. So then we got Wednesday as a kitten, and we had also already ordered, I know that sounds weird, but we ordered a golden doodle while my husband was deployed before we were married and even met again, another story. But we had to wait till she was born. So after we got Wednesday, we got Sahara, which is our golden doodle, and they grew up together, so they are just adorable together. They constantly play, and yes, not so much anymore that we got another dog, but the next animal we got is our cat Boomer. He is the classic scaredy cat. If you think of a scaredy cat, it's a Boomer. He lives in our closet, literally. He does not come out of that closet except to go to the bathroom. The food and water is in the closet, so he doesn't have to leave for that. Strangers, company of any kind, they will never ever see Boomer unless we actually take them into our room, into our closet. But he will not come out for them. He does not come out during the day for us. The only time we see Boomer, when we don't go see him, is at night. And he'll come out to come sleep on the bed with us. That is the only time. He will come out for me. If my husband goes off to work, he will come out and see me. If Layla isn't up. And so if I'm in the room, still, he'll come out and see me. I'm pretty much the only one that he will come out to come see. but if there's anyone else in the house, he will not come out. The fourth animal is Tanya, and we got her because in San Angelo, where we live before we moved here, I was fostering animals, and I fostered a dog that was pregnant, and she had 6 puppies on her bed. Stupid dog. So disgusting. She had it on her bed. Anyways, one didn't make it, but so we had her and 5 puppies and our 2 cats and dog and a newborn in the house. It's crazy. Anyway, so we had 2 puppies left. Mom had been adopted and the other puppies. And the other puppy, it was a different puppy that we were planning on keeping since no one was adopting them. So we were going to keep one of them. That one ended up being adopted. So we ended up taking Tanya. And yeah, she's a brat, but we love her. We've had her since the day she was born. Well, before that. But yeah, that is the extent of our animals at this point. I hope to get other animals, but that's out of the question right now. So anyways, it's gotten long with the addition of explaining my pets, and I could go into details of their personalities and stuff, but that would take forever. So yeah, I will talk to you all next week. Hope you're all doing good. See you later.